world is full of change. The triple global crises of climate change, the pandemic, and the economic global crisis are forcing us all to rethink how we live and how we want to live. The People's Global Summit that is happening in June is our place to take our thoughts of how we want to change. The Global People's Summit was started by an enormous range of international organisations representing hundreds of millions of people who saw this as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to create a change in the world that leaves no one behind. The partner organisations represent diversity, different cultures, different backgrounds, different peoples. Their interests are in nature, sustainability, and social justice for all people. The summit has developed a set of founding principles to help us develop our conversation. They are Buen Vivir, a good life for people, an indigenous concept here from Latin America. Ubuntu, a philosophy from Africa which respects the community coming together and making decisions together to make sure no one is left behind. Respect for diversity, reciprocity, togetherness and love. These founding principles are our basis for our aim for developing a new charter, a new set of reference points for how we can reshape the world that we live in. The Global People Summit is for you. It is for every citizen of the world to make their contribution on what you think the world should look like that gives you and everyone you know, everyone you see, confidence, security and sustainability in their lives. There are many exciting ideas being discussed in the People's Global Summit. One of them is moving away from market-driven societies to societies that measure well-being. Today, the world measures progress by measuring industry production and how much a country earns, but it doesn't measure whether people are happy, whether they have access to water, education, whether they have a sense of belonging, whether they have confidence in their future. So, moving away from market-driven societies to societies based on well-being of all people. Another change people are calling for is to recognise the rights of nature along and equally with the rights of people. The indigenous communities across the world have been saying for many years we need to recognise the legal rights of rivers, the sky, the earth and the whole environment, all of our ecosystems. Their voices are also now joined by a generation of people that have articulated we need to live in a sustainable world. The idea here is that we move away from fossil fuels, we move into renewable energy, and to create that as a basic principle for the way that we move forward together. Another call that's coming to the People's Summit is to rethink what we do when we work. The pandemic has caused us all to reconsider what work is to us and what meaning it brings into our lives. The call says that we should have international labour standards so all people are protected, to ensure that they have a living wage, to ensure that they have decent working conditions, and that the workplace is also a centre of belonging for all people. People in the summit are also calling for a change in the dynamics between the concept of nationalism and the idea of global citizenship. Nationalism, as we know, can lead to war, it can lead to competition, and it can lead to people being forced into poverty when one country dominates another. The idea of cultural identity is highly valued, but in the context of moving towards the notion of global citizenship as a principle. Global citizenship as a principle enables different forms of cooperation between cultures, between countries, between peoples, because we are identifying as one with respecting the diversity of all. To leave no one behind we need changes in public policy. Too many governments design their services around problems after they've occurred. Health and social services are designed when someone is ill or when someone has a personal or a social crisis. The idea that's coming from the People's Summit is for governments to redevelop policy, to invest in communities and to invest in people, to assure that they are equipped with the skills they need to prevent ill health and to prevent social and emotional and personal crisis. These ideas will help eliminate the many tragedies that people experience by public services that today work in reaction to the problems, not in prevention. So these are just a few ideas that are being discussed. There are many more. Ideas are coming from communities across the world on what works for them. What are the principles that will make them thrive and feel confident? We really need to hear everyone's ideas. The summit is for everybody, the People's Global Summit. You can contribute your ideas and join others in this global discussion by checking the website and making your thoughts known to the world. Looking forward to seeing you there. Thank you so much.